It's a class 4. Let's have a quick recap last class what we discussed, then we can talk about today's session. What is today date is 27/10/2024. What topic we discussed yesterday? We discussed, what is that?
Comparison operator.
Comparison operator, which is remaining, which are, equal to, we were discussing, which is not equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, and less than equal to, and also we discussed like, correct?
Yeah.
And we discussed about logical operator. In the logical operator we discussed in the AND, OR, and XOR. I have give the XOR for that, uh, just for the homework for you. Hope you have done with this yesterday. And overall, we are talking about using pipeline operator, right? Whatever the so far we did it for using pipeline operator, right? Whatever the examples and this topic we discussed, all are we have taken that using pipeline operator, right? So we would be talking about, continue with this flow, whatever we discussed yesterday. It is just for the very basic level, which we must understand that, which are, these are the points we so far we discussed last 3 classes, which is very basic level. We need to know that is, and if someone asks, right, what are the parameters, values, what kind of values are asking for each parameter, what do you mean by format list, what do you mean by pipeline operator, when do we use a pipeline operator, what are the comparison operator, logical operator, what do you mean by format table, what do you mean by sort object. Sort object also we use it, correct? Sort object. So these are all comes under for any PowerShell script you are going to write, you must need to know these points. Okay, now you give anyone the script to you, basic script, 5 to 10 line script, and that script you must see these are the terminology must be used. If they must be used pipeline operator, they must be used a commandlet, and you must be using the parameters, must be using the relevant values, and if they use for the specific properties denoted, right, and it on the respective commandlet, it must be a format list of that information store here. And if they have used for some logical operator, comparison operator, we will come to know that is in where they have mentioned in these are this, right? So considerable all these terminology, right, we would be creating today scripting. Before I going to start this, anyone has any questions so far we discussed? Are you just getting confident if something gave you requirement and you would be able to see this script? Ultimately the goal is to end result. We are not a developer, we are not a code writer, but the goal is to, we should be aware about whatever the script is written. We must know that is in what terminology they have used, what logic they have used, and whatever they used, it must be belongs to this terminology only. Okay, if no question, let's move on to this topic. All right, so this today's class is most important. Okay, so we are begin with the scripting. So far we have discussed for the direct console, and we are writing the commandlet, we are writing the parameter, we are writing the multiple headers, we're denoting the multiple headers. We understood the terminology called as a headers or properties, right? This some name you need to remember sometime. Okay, when we call as a header, when we call as a parameter, when we call as a property, this all comes under for the per commandlet, right? some terminology should be using for whenever the situation come that you would be able to see that, right? So when we are going to write a script, there is a process to be followed. Okay, the process followed means what? When you want to write that script, must be explanatory. Okay, explanatory means what? It should be explained detailed what is the script is defined or what is the script is written, right? Must be detailed update. So when you wanted to say the detailed update, there is a name called as a statement. Okay, always you need to, don't jump and don't try to start writing the script. You should tell that what is the script it is, and to write the statement in PowerShell. When you want to write the statement, begin with this. There is a two way to write the statement. One is single line statement, which is a non-executable. Okay, for this explanatory of the script. Okay, single line script, and single line statement. Second one is multiple line statement. What do you mean by this single line and multiple line statement? When I use a single line statement, say for example, you need to use this, uh, you know, write a small script, small PowerShell script for addition of two number example. Okay, this is a script. So what you need to do, the statement you need to write within this less than and greater than. Okay, you can put the hash and give the information. You can type here, you just close it with the hash and that's it. Okay, so basically you need to say that is either you can use it is directly hash. You can tell to the PowerShell this don't execute and this is a single line statement. It won't be execute script, right? Then when you write a script here, it must be using for the ISE concept, which is integrated script engine. So this ISE would be when you open this PowerShell console. Okay, so you would be able to see this ISE. When you click on this, this is my actually script writing console, right? Which we are going to use a PowerShell ISE console. So before I talk about the statement, let's understand this just for the, I have explained already for in the beginning. Just to you see this, this is you know, a new line. When you click on this new line, you would be able to see this white background color text mode, and you would be able to see the black background color, sorry, blue background color. It would give the result, right? You can write the script number of line and it would give the result here. You don't want to do this way. This is process called script pane, right? You see this is a symbol script we called as a script pane, right? You don't want to this way, you want to go with this, you can click here and it is whatever script is writing here, number of line you would be able to write here, and whatever script is written you wanted to execute, you can execute it here, right? And the best method is to giving us for this in this PowerShell, whatever you have written the script here in a 20 line, 30 line, 40 line, you can execute the script in one by one in this, which is selection this, right? Say for example, if I type this number one, get hyphen process and get hyphen service, just for the simple command that I'm using, right? Get hyphen uh, event log, right? Now I wanted to, if I click on this, it would execute everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the commanded get executed. But if bring your cursor here, one, which line you wanted to be executed, and you just say this, it would be automatically get selected, and it will be selected for the only one. And if you wanted to execute the second one, and it would be going to execute it only second one, right? So this would help us to, when you write the script written multiple line, you wanted to go specific place and specific number to test, you can test it with the help of this selection, right? This is a best method and best console we can use it for the script writing, right? And also you have any script in your system, you can you know uh, map that bring that script here in this console, and that script must be, it is in the saving the file, the script is .ps1, right? The always whatever script you return, the script extension is, right, extension is .ps1. So anything you have written this script here, when you wanted to save this file, okay, when you click on the save, and when you want to save this file, you would be able to just say this test or something .ps1, it would be coming with this. So we will be talking about later for the other extension module one, right? D1 and PSXML, all these things. So first, when you return the script, you wanted to save this script to with the extension called as a .ps1. And when you're writing the script multiple line, you would be using for in this script pane console, which is ISE mode, right? So this would help us to make us, so where it is getting error and all, it's going to highlight it in this. So I was talking about the statement. So the first statement is, you see, you can use that hash, right? Write a small PowerShell script, right? Example, you can use it. So when you use this hash, it would be a single line statement. So your script is writing and you wanted to explanatory and you wanted to have the multiple line that you need to use for this. You can use for that is in less than with a hash, and you can type your multiple line, then you can end with this greater than and within this hash, right? If you use this, this is information would be comes under for non-executable, and you have the multiple line, right? Say for example, get hyphen help, get hyphen service. Okay, so I wanted to have this script to be explanatory. Okay, description. Say this is a multiple line. So I wanted to tell in this, within this, I can put it. See this, the moment I put the hash and it will be turned to the green color, and it's understood that is it's non-executable. It is just for the statement to readable the script, and it's non-executable. So you have the multiple line statement or multiple line explanatory, you would bring into the less than hash and end with greater than within that hash, right? These you might have seen that many script when you've taken the Google, you might have seen this kind of note, right, in the script. So this detailed we would call as a statement. PowerShell script statement, which is single line statement and multiple line statement, right? Any question so far? Right. When we are begin with the script example, there is another process. We have the by default execution policy. Okay. PowerShell, we have a execution policy. Microsoft by default not allowed to execute any policies. It's a security reason, right? Microsoft has given you this operating system with by default, which is, for example, if you go to the normal PowerShell console mode,